morning, everybody. Happy Easter. I hope you guys have a fun day planned for you and your family. Today, I'm just going to do a quick short video, a couple stretches just to lengthen us out, maybe twist out some toxins, and lengthen out the spine. So if you've come to one of my center and balances, some of these stretches are going to look familiar. What I'm going to be using, you can use either a bathrobe rope that ties around your waist for these stretches, or if you have a yoga strap, that will work too. If you want to try it with the magic circle, it might be a little bit more intense if you have one at home. Mine's very old school magic circle, but it is effective. Or if you have a resistance band, that will also work, and it gives you a little bit of give too. So here are 3 props that we'll be needing. Well, 4 different versions actually of the prop that we'll be using today. Right now I am sitting on a yoga block. You do not have to sit on a yoga block. It could be a pillow. If you want to be propped up, you don't have to sit on anything if you're fine sitting crisscross applesauce on the mat. So I'm going to move Cowboy out of the way. Sit, sit. All right, so we're going to start sitting nice and tall just through the sits bones, stacking the spine. You can close your eyes, you don't have to close your eyes, just feel where your spine's at today. Maybe bring awareness to those front ribs. Are they popping forward, or do you feel rounded in the shoulders? If so, try and find that perfect easy medium, if you will, where you feel like you're wedged between a panel of glass on both sides, so it helps to lengthen out the spine. Let's take an inhale and do shoulder rolls forward. So we're going to inhale a circle, exhale a circle, inhale a circle, exhale a circle. Last one. And then reverse it. Shoulder rolls back. Finding a nice smooth circle. Maybe your shoulders feel different from each other. Mine do. One feels like it's circling and one feels like a square. Inhale, exhale. Just finding a little bit of length, a little bit of movement through the shoulder girdle here. And last one. Bring your hands down by your side. We're going to inhale nice and tall, finding length in the spine. On the exhale, we're going to rotate towards the left knee. Right hand goes to the left knee. Left fingertips go behind you. And you're just going to look over your shoulder. Now we want to keep our spine nice and tall. It's stacked right on top of each other, so we don't want to be hinging back or rolled forward. We want a nice tall spine. So if this is as far as you can go, that's as far as you go. Breathe here, and then exhale. See if you can twist a little bit deeper. Pull the belly button in towards the spine, shoulders away from the ears, and one more inhale. And exhale, see if you can lengthen just a little bit more, deepen into that twist. And then you'll bring it back up, inhale. And then exhale, rotate to the opposite side. Finding length. Noticing if one side feels different from the other. That's okay, that's pretty typical. And listen to your body. Nice, tall, stacked spine. Pulling the waist in with each exhale. Getting a little bit taller. Bring it back to center. And then exhale back down. Good. If you're on a prop, go ahead and move it. We're gonna lay down on our back. Well, we're gonna transition there. So you're gonna be seated nice and tall. Your feet are hip distance apart, looking like a number 11. Knees are bent, feet are planted, arms go out in front. We're gonna do a couple mini roll-ups with our knees bent. Really love these. On the exhale, you're gonna slide the tailbone underneath. Slowly placing one vertebrae at a time all the way back down onto that mat. Really feel the articulation. Arms go overhead. Ooh, got a few cracks in the spine. Feels good. Inhale, head and chest lift. Exhale, curling all the way up. And then straighten the spine. Let's do that 4 more times. Inhale. Exhale, pull the belly button back first, then slide the tailbone underneath and place 1 vertebrae at a time all the way down. Good. Arms go overhead. Find that length, then you're going to inhale, arms, head, and chest, reach forward. Pause here, drop the belly button, and exhale as you curl up to seated. Finding a little more length, going a little bit deeper into the movement to lengthen out that low lumbar spine. Shoulders are staying away from the ears. We're focusing on the abdominals, moving the spine. There shouldn't be any tension in the hip flexors. If you're feeling tension in the hip flexor, it just means that they like to kick on to really compensate and do the abdominal work that we're trying to find. So really try and refocus that energy towards the abdominals. Think, no tension in those hips. Focus on the belly button. That helps me really target the abdominals. Good. And I think we have 2 more. Inhale. Like you're peeling your spine off of the floor, 1 vertebrae at a time. Like your spine is a sticker and you're literally peeling that sticker off the ground. Finding length there. Last one, make it your best one. Good. And then we're gonna roll all the way down to transition. Inhale. Exhale, as slow as I can go, as slow as you can go. Really feel each vertebrae being placed down onto the mat. When your head gets down, you can rest your arms down by your side. Bring your knees, well, bend your knees a little bit more, bringing your feet closer to your body. Like a bridge starting position or a pelvic curl starting position. We're just gonna circle the arms, just getting a little more movement through the shoulders. Inhale up, out, and around. Just find your range of motion that feels good to you without popping the ribs. Keep the abdominals in. Oh, cowboy, you're gonna be in the way. So as your hands come together, you're gonna exhale, inhale, out and around, exhale, pull it back in. Just kind of waking up the shoulder girl, getting them ready for today's events. Whether you're doing a little home Easter egg hunt with your family, or making a feast, or I guess brunch kind of falls into the feast category. And then let's reverse it. You're going to exhale down, inhale around. Exhale down, inhale around. Two more. Watch out, cow. Ooh. And then we're going to leave our hands straight up to the ceiling. Cow, can you move, please? There, you can be on this side. Okay. So, you're going to drop your shoulders down into the mat, knit those front ribs together, and then we're just going to protract the shoulders. So we're going to reach our shoulders up towards the ceiling, separating the shoulder blades, and then we're going to exhale as we drop the shoulders down into the mat. Inhale as you reach. Exhale as you drop. Finding length in the spine. So try and relax the neck as much as possible, and we're just focusing on moving those shoulder blades. Last one. See if you can reach a little bit farther. And then exhale, just drop it down. Hands can go down by your side. Now we're gonna pick whatever you have. If you have a rogue belt, a yoga strap, or a resistance band, or even if you have a magic circle, whichever prop you have access to, or if you have access to multiple, you can choose which one you want to use. What's going to get you the deepest stretch? I'm going to use the magic circle, because why not? So we're all laying down. We're going to, let's start with our left leg. So you're going to extend your right leg down into the mat, reaching that leg actively out. So it's not just relaxing on vacation. It's reaching. My hamstring, my right hamstring, I'm thinking about locking it down into the mat. So it's my anchor leg. We're going to take our left ball of our foot up into the circle. And I'm just going to go straight up. Ooh, my hammies are tight. Done a lot of cycling. So good to stretch out those legs. Breathing here, we're going to do 4 big breaths. So that was just 1. Inhale nice and deep. Exhale. Now, this leg is lifted, so what tends to happen is this hip likes to hike up. Drop that hip away from your armpit, thinking about equal length in both sides of the obliques here. You might have to readjust your hips so that your hips are square to each other. One hip isn't higher than the other. My foot is parallel to the other foot, so I'm not turned out. It's parallel to the body. And see if with each exhale you can just reach that leg a little bit closer to your chest. And one more breath. I'm going to take the ring, or if you have the strap or the belt in your right hand, we're going to shift the foot across the midline without lifting that hip. So that hip stays down into that mat. Finding the IT band. Oh, there we go. Maybe dropping that hip a little bit farther away to find it if you don't feel anything. Flexing the foot so the heel is reaching away from you, the toes are reaching towards you. Breathing here. Right leg is still active. I'm actually surprised it's not tighter than it is. Feels okay, which is like never happens for me. So I'll take that win. 2 more big breaths here. Last one. We'll bring it back through center. Switch the hands. You're going to take your right hand down to the ground, and you're going to open up the left leg. Now careful here. If your right hip lifts, we don't want that. We want your hip. Oh, I'm going to have to bring it back to adjust. Because once it's lifted, it's hard to push back down. So that's okay. You can bring it back to center and then readjust. And that's why bringing this hand out wide will help you. So you're pushing into that ring as you pull with your arm. And I feel a deep stretch through this hip. This is my tighter hip, my right hip. And that's okay. My left leg's a little more active. 2 more big breaths here. And last one. Bring it back to center. Pull the leg a little bit closer to your body through center. See if you can get a little more range of motion. And then carefully unhook the foot. We're going to place the right leg up into that ring. Same thing. Find the ball of the foot. So we don't want to be on the arch or the heel. We want to be right next to those toes because that's going to help us find the deepest stretch here. And remember, if this is as far as you can go, that's okay. We'll find range of motion later. The whole point of stretching is to find that range of motion later but we want to do what's best for our body. And we're all going to look different from each other. There's some people who can get their foot over their head, and then there's some people who this is as high as they can go without it being too painful. So just find what's comfortable for you. You want to find a nice stretch where it's not super painful. Making sure those hips are square to each other. Breathing here. This side is tighter for me. You may notice one side feels longer than the other, one side is tighter. It's good to do those body evaluations because it helps to connect the mind to the body and see where you need to focus. See if you can drop those toes a little bit farther down towards you and reach that heel up towards the sky. Breathing, see if you can soften with each exhale. Maybe the leg doesn't move, but see if you can just lengthen out the leg with each exhale. It's okay, it doesn't have to get closer to you, but maybe it gets a little bit longer. 2 more breaths. Last one. All right, we're gonna take the ring or the strap or the belt in our left hand. Right arm goes out. Keep that right hip down into the mat. And if you need to adjust the foot placement. We're still flexing in the foot. Oh yeah, the sides are way tighter. Breathing here. Careful that my ribs aren't going up towards the ceiling. Finding the IT band, getting a little bit of length through that side body. I think that was 4 breaths, but I'll do one more just in case for good measure. All right, bring it back up through center and then switch. So this arm goes out. Lock this hip down. We don't want it to lift. Oh yeah, this side is way tighter. So this is as far as I'm going to be able to go. And I'm using my abdominals to help stabilize my hips. So it's an active stretch. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Breathe. Very, very important, especially in stretching when you're trying to find length, because if you hold your breath, you're not going to be able to find that length. 2 more. And last one. Bring it back up. See if you can reach this leg a little bit closer. And then carefully unhook the leg. You can hold the ring if you have the ring in your hands, and we'll do a roll up here. If you have a rope, you can hold the rope in your hands or the strap or the TheraBand. It's up to you. I'm going to reach my legs long. You have the option to keep the knees bent for your roll up. Inhale. I'm going to bend them a little bit. And then straighten out. Finding that length through the spine. Good. And last one. And here we go. Oh, I'm sorry, I did the breath wrong. Let's try that again. And that was our little Easter stretch. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Couple couple announcements. I know Brenda announced that we are now doing virtual private sessions, so if you'd like more information on how to do that, please message us through our social media, through the Facebook page. You can also email the Club Pilates email, or reach us through Club Ready, I think. Happy Easter, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful Easter, and I'll see you next week. Bye.